Previously, I built up this city and I'm pretty happy with how it's developing, but there's just one big problem. I'm sick to death of the rain in this map. It's constant. I tried taking a screenshot earlier for a thumbnail video and it took me 2 hours and it was still raining. So I'm done with it. We're going to be playing on a sunny map. We're gonna start over. I'm sorry, apologies, but I can't take it. It's just constant. But all is not lost because I've learnt a lot from playing this map. And more importantly, now we know how to make a profit from the beginning, which is exactly what we're going to be doing in this episode today. Obviously, you can bet that we're going to be starting somewhere sunny, which leaves me either Barrier Island or Waterway Pass to choose from, because all the others are rainy or rainy and sunny, and I just want as little rain as possible. So I think we'll start with Barrier Island. So we've started off with this tile, and the first thing that I want to do is separate my map. I want to have an area dedicated to industry, and for that we want to make sure that it's downwind. So you can check that by going to the power tab and seeing where the wind is. It will show you where the air pollution is going to go. So we want our industry at the bottom section here, and we're also going to want to think about where we put our water and our sewage. Our water pump we can place anywhere around here. Our sewage, eventually we're going to want to move over to this side because all the sewage is just going to gather and wait around here. But for now it will be fine anywhere. Looking over the wind power, I've noticed that we've got very little potential production from wind power. So really we want to be using the small coal power plant. But what I'm going to do is, to start off, we're going to use a wind turbine just to get us on the go. And then once we have level 1 unlocked, we'll buy another tile further away from our residential area to start building our power. So I've been playing around with this a little bit. We've just got a little bit of a road layout here. Firstly, speaking of the road hierarchy, we have our arterial road going all the way through, and this is going to run all the length of the island. And then we have our collector roads here, which will then serve the local areas. So the idea, this is going to be our initial area for residential. I want this to be an island that is kind of for the well-off people. So we're going to be placing them there, and then I think we'll also have over here some housing estates that are going to be more gridded and regimental. So we've started to get people building their houses. We're trying to make it so that we're getting large 3x6 houses in this area. This is so that we can optimize our taxes later on. And then over here we have our rich people's area, where you can see we've got plenty of space left for parks and doing some nice pathways in between. Oh, they also have no access to water, so we'll quickly fix that by just running that across there. And I presume, oh no, power's fine. So we're just gonna let this run a little bit, and I'm ignoring industry for the time being. Once we get to level 1, we can start thinking about that. Well, that didn't take us long at all, and we've got some money from that. We are losing money, but you don't really need to worry about losing money in the early game. The amount of money that you get from the milestones are just going to keep you growing until you get to a population of about 10,000, and then you can start making a killing using taxes. However, we're going to try and make money from the get-go. So we're going to save our development point for the time being. We're not going to spend it on advanced road services just yet because I want to make money, and we're going to do that through power in a little bit. But for the time being, we are going to start building out this area as well so that we have more residential areas, and we'll also start building our industry over here. And this is what we've come up with. It's nothing big at the moment, but we will expand this later. But we do have our sewage, and we also have our wind turbine here, and this should just keep the city growing without any pollution nearby. So the next thing that I want to do, now that we've got access to our medium density row housing, I'm going to try and place it along here so that it's going up the hill, but we want it to look quite clean. So what we're going to do, by bringing the terrain out to here. We can then smooth it out and hopefully slope it at a slightly more gentle incline. With any luck, when we come round to doing the row housing, it'll look like it's going up the hill. I'm not bothering with healthcare or garbage management for the time being, because in the early game we're just going to have it all exported. There really is no necessity for that. It's just going to drain your money. At least that is until lots of people start dying or becoming ill. And we've just hit level 2, which gives us some interesting options. One thing that we want to do is to focus on getting a college education as soon as possible. We've covered this in our recent video on how to get rich quickly in City Skylines 2. But the first thing that we're going to do is grab the emergency battery station and the geothermal power plant. This is assuming that we have water nearby, groundwater that is, otherwise this could be quite problematic. So we do have some over here. Given that the wind is flowing this way, it shouldn't cause any pollution to our local populace. So we're going to unlock this, and from here we want to build a road. Oh yeah, and we will run that there, and hopefully we'll be able to place this just there. We're going to eventually upgrade these, but we want to make sure that we're making a bit of money before then. But we are going to sell this back to the grid, so we will bring this down and then like so. And we want to try and get as many well-educated people as possible working in here, which does mean that we will want to reduce the taxes for our well-educated people to minus 10% to incentivize them, because the sooner we fill this up, the sooner we'll be making money. As it stands, I've also built a little housing estate over here. We have this group following the grid, and then we're going to be a little bit more relaxed over here. But we're going to concentrate on growing our population, and we will also provide some healthcare. That will do. We're going to go ahead and purchase the college, and I think we'll keep hold of the rest. We could go with parking areas, but until we have densely populated areas, that's really not that necessary. And we could go with advanced road services, which would be useful, but it's going to be more of an added expense at the moment than anything else. Although it does access road customization options, which would be quite nice. We have just hit level 4, and we've finally hit the positives. So we're currently making 151 credits, I guess, per hour, but we do have to start thinking about buying some more services. We could do with some garbage management as this starts to grow. Police, fire and rescue, all of that good stuff we're going to need. But the good news is that the geothermal power plant is running. It's full at the moment, so we can start upgrading this with an additional turbine, which, although it has put us into the minus again, once that fills up, we should be making more money for our little city here. And we need to think about where we want to place our office zones now. Maybe we could turn this into a collector road all the way down to this collector road. We do need to start thinking about getting different roads as well, so that we can start defining what's an arterial road and what's a collector road. But I'm happy with where we're at for the time being. If we run a road behind this, we can also make use of the extra space here. And I want a green belt along the arterial roads. I think that would be really nice later on. I've also purchased our first car park. I could do with... Actually, let's do it now. Let's unlock advanced road services. Maybe we need the fire brigade. I've just placed one down, but it looks like this whole street is setting on fire. This is spreading fast. Where is the fire brigade? So the fire brigade don't seem to be dispatching, so I'm left with no other option than to do some damage control. Otherwise, we're going to lose the whole street. No! That's not what I wanted to happen. We're obviously desperate for people to move in at the moment, but maybe not next to the houses that are on fire. Why is there no urgency? Oh dear. Regardless, the good news is that we're in the plus again, so we can look at getting some police. I think that would be good. And maybe some funeral care as well. We're making about 1,000 an hour at the moment, which isn't bad at all. We can actually increase this by focusing on employee happiness. At the moment, they have high crime. We might need another police station. And also lack of entertainment. Entertainment's easy to sort out. We can just place down a few of these. Well, the rich people can have a dog park. And a small plaza just there. Outside the Pop Mansion, we can have a little playground. And the industrial area can have a small plaza. Hopefully that'll increase happiness a little bit. Oh, there you go. An abundance of entertainment. That didn't take long at all. I'm happy with what we've got so far. Bar one thing. Actually, bar two things. It's raining again. This is supposed to be the sunny map. Please don't rain for the rest of this episode. Please stop soon. I mean, it is fall. It should be fine. The other thing is we're not making enough money. I want to be making at least 5,000 by the end of this, and I think we can do that. If we go back over here, we have this. The water it's on, I think we can fit a second one here, but I can't afford it, so we're going to have to get a loan. But I'm not too concerned because I'm pretty certain that we'll be able to pay it off almost immediately because we'll be at the next level. If we move this... Okay, this will give us 150 megawatts of power. Look, we've got plenty of groundwater here to abuse. And that's the front. Okay, perfect. So we can place another one. Not enough. You got to be joking. Wait, did we have to pay an absolute fortune to move this? That's not fair. Okay, it looks like we're getting out another loan. We need 210 at least. Okay, let's go with it. What's the harm? What's the worst thing that could happen? I'm going to run a road alongside that and a road alongside this one. It's a little bit close to our residential area, but let's not worry about that. Let's think about the money. Oh yes, because providing here's the one issue. Providing we have educated people, well-educated people, we'll be rich. If not, then we won't be rich. And then we're going to connect this one. I think I've done a big boo-boo. This isn't going to be profitable because we haven't got another external connection. How many tiles do we need? 13. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're gonna have to. Oh no. Okay, let's go with another 50,000. We've borrowed 440,000, but it will all be worth it. I swear. I promise. Out that way. We're exporting it to Finland somewhere, I don't know. And now we should see that this will be usage at 100%, which means we're exporting more, and it's brought it down to 4,490. We need to fill this up with people ASAP. Oh yes, there you go. We are making 1,400. Oh, it's because we're paying so much interest on the loan. We're making next to nothing at the moment. So we'll have to wait until level 5, I think. I'm now adding trees along the arterial road. I'm just thinking it'll look a little bit nicer and hopefully help with the sound pollution for those that are living not far from it, such as here. But thankfully, the good news is we're over 5,000 in the positive with selling that excess power. And hopefully, once we pay off our loan, we'll find that we're earning a lot more. And this is before I've even upgraded this. So we should be onto a little bit of a moneymaker here. And here we are, level 5. We've just been given 1.2 million. So the first thing that I'm going to do is pay off that excessively large loan that we have of 440,000, because the interest rate, what was that? 9.2% interest rate is a little ridiculous. So hopefully, there we go. We're making over 7,000 an hour, and we can also upgrade this. 38, come on, 2 more, 39. Apparently it's the educated people that we're lacking now, so perhaps we should build a high school. But now that they're running at 100 low water depth, they're not having that problem though. Hopefully that's not going to change at all. But we're now making 12,000 an hour. That is not bad by level 5. With the lack of education in mind, we'll build the high school here. That's better, and hopefully that will mean that the high rent isn't such a problem because they're getting better services around here. I'm actually very tempted to see how many more we can place down and see how much money we can make from these geothermal power plants, but we won't be doing that today. I think it's best to leave it here. I am really happy with what we've managed to achieve in this episode so far. I'm really looking forward to optimizing our industries in the next episode, and if you want to know more about industries in City Skylines 2, then make sure to check out my industries guide now. But we're going to leave it there. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up and remember to subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to all of our amazing supporters on Patreon, most notably our Solarclipse patrons, James Owen, Firefless and Treble, as well as our Lunas, the Calamity, Ben, Star, That Dude AW, and our Blood Moon of the day, which today is Brain Slug. Until next time, as always, ciao for now.